Hello, and welcome to the mid-game hardcore journey. There will be quests, there will be skilling, and of course, PVM. Come join me in the quest for best in slot gear while playing an Iron Man not able to die. Will I be able to conquer the endgame, or will death reap my soul? Hello, and welcome to the hardcore journey. Last episode, we finally unlocked the T95 curses and started doing slightly harder PVM, including hard mode Arch-Glacor, and finished our first full weapon from the Spooter. This episode, we're going to send some more Spooter, try and solve part of our overload problem, and then finally unlocked our next boss grind, which will catapult us into the endgame with some brand new T95s. Alright, before we get into the next clip, let's talk about bossing. Bosses in RuneScape are generally pretty simple. They have a couple of mechanics and deal a little bit of damage and are generally safe to do. Some bosses like Solak are on that scale, they're just tuned to 11. Solak is a super mechanically heavy boss and has a couple insta-kill mechanics, which can be scary if not dealt with properly, and can deal a lot of damage. Unless, of course, you can deal a lot of damage, in which case Solak becomes a little bit more than a DPS dummy. Unfortunately, a non-significant chunk of my damage at Solak comes from poison, and that is locked behind Cinderbane gloves, which I currently don't own. I also don't have every boost for Necromancy yet. I'm missing, pretty much most importantly, the ability Split Soul, which is super powerful. Despite that, I should be able to do the boss pretty much no problem, as long as I'm able to deal with the mechanics and soul split correctly to mitigate damage. The boss should be completely safe. The kills will be slower, which kind of sucks. The speed will increase as I get more gear unlocks. Until then, as long as I stay on my toes and deal with the mechanics properly, I should be completely fine. Oh my god!
I should be completely fine.
Someone on my team had tried to make me a spirit person. It's not enough in this game that the bosses are out to kill me, but man, my teammates are also out to murder me as well. Who needs enemies when you have friends like these? But Mama didn't raise no bitch, so we pressed on anyway and took down the giant tree. So we did it. We conquered our first endgame boss on the account and then proceeded to go on and crush that whole hour. For the final kill of our Solak hours, the tradition is to always loot from the fairy ring, and it increases your drop chance. 3, 2, 1, go. I jumped my own gun, it's okay.
It's like he knew when he was gonna say go.
Sometimes your fingers react without you really thinking about it. Unlucky. TY for the carry. Just not this time though, unlucky. Surely next time. We're gonna continue our Arch-Glacor streak real quick for the rest of this Reaper. Level 7. Good luck to us. That was another Reaper done at Arch-Glacor. Surely nothing ever bad happens here, right? Alright, back at it again with our daily Arch-Glacor Reaper. Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. Let's roll the clip back and start to dissect what happened here. So I had clicked Arch-Glacor to attack it in the middle of the beams like I always do, but I realized that I had already moved previously too many squares, and I wasn't going to be able to surge through the beam without it touching me and potentially rooting me in spot and killing me. So I tried to move a square to the right, so that I could then surge left without touching the beam. And then when I turned, I surged straight into the ice wall, straight into not one, but two beams. By some miracle, and the click box of this game being weird and usually only hitting like the southwest corner of things, I was only hit by one beam, thankfully. Because if I was going to be hit by both beams, I was for sure dead. 889 HP that beam brought me to. We're only a couple 100% in, and that beam almost nuked me. It would have nuked me had I not hit the double E. Because if I proc the rod here, the bleed is probably just going to end up killing me. I'm not going to be able to finish Arch-Glacor in the time limit of where I can no longer survive the beam. And since you can't telly out of Arch-Glacor, that's just prolonging my death sentence, had the rod procced. Luckily, between me eating food and pure dumb luck, we live. Once again, always better to be lucky than good. But man, if I was better, this would happen less. That's for sure. Well, it's just not a hardcore episode without a good old-fashioned almost death. But we didn't die. And as we continue our PVM journey, we're going to run into a couple more issues. Iron Man supply issues. So we are really down bad on overloads. Luckily for me, I've gotten several from racks, which are going to come in clutch. But we are kind of bottlenecked on really just one resource. This is the resource that we are kind of bottlenecked on because everyone knows how much I really love to do quests. I haven't done the vampire quest line where you get just a ton of congealed blood from Vyres. And Vyres are really good. And honestly, they're always good to just rush on pretty much any Iron Man account. They're nut supplies. But also, since I didn't do that, and I am not going to do that, we have to solve it another way. And there is one other place that drops quite a lot of them. Unfortunately, we're also slightly quest locked there, but it's only one quest, I think. It could be two. I think it's only one from where I'm at right now, whereas Vyres is several. Alright, we're going to try our luck at some Vorkath. I haven't really done normal mode before. I did one kill on the main Iron Man, and then I've only done hard mode since then. So we'll see how this goes. Drink that early. Jesus, that thing has a ton of health. I don't know, that was awful. Well, Vorkath went pretty poorly, but that's mostly because I forgot several key things. I didn't use probably the most important thing, a salve necklace, and secondly, I don't have the Prism of Restoration unlocked to keep my Hellhound alive, so that died 10 seconds into the fight. Once I finish the Light Within quest and unlock that part of the Ancient Curses spellbook, that'll be a lot easier. And of course, next time I'll definitely bring the salve. Alright, this is our last ritual before 35,000 souls. And that's it, our last ritual for souls. For now. 35,000 done. I'm surprised Raziel didn't pop up and say anything. But that's everything unlocked with the Well of Souls. Let's go finish unlocking that, and I really missed using Split Soul. This ability is so good. And that's pretty much everything for Necromancy unlocked. We're missing just one more unlock with the Invoke Load of Bones from Vorkath. But that's it. We're going to get real strong soon. And that, my friends, is going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Wait. Did you hear that? The drums. The drums of war are calling.